Ain't that a good little intro, man? I just love those really hardcore beats and all the other stuff. Dark dubstep, really good intro. But what is good, nomads, internet peoples, Major Nomad here. My last video that I uploaded about reacting to, because other than just gaming, and I've been diversifying my game a bit and wanting, because I like watching some of the stuff and I like making fun of things going on with Western society, the whole nonsense debacle, the propaganda, all that stuff from the woke. It's fun to watch because some good to laugh and make fun of. Laugh at, make fun of, all that other stuff. So I thought I would do it again. Because, like I said, I enjoy it. And it's educational, too, that goes to show you with what's going on in the world and why people get really wrapped up in their heads because they listen to a lot of people that you really shouldn't listen to, but people that learn the hard way on that still do it. So it is what it is. But I digress. Let's react to all the goofiness going on in the world. By the way, this is a really good dubstep. I like that. Cavalria, yeah. Code Pandorum topic. I guess that's channel name, but let's react to this. Now, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Until recently or so, I didn't even know, which you can obviously kind of guess why, too. A lot of people don't know that Valkyrie and/or her friend, I don't know if she's the host or so, like her podcast friend there, whose name I don't know, was on a podcast recently and was talking about typical, you know, stuff that people don't really care about, but, you know, shooting the shit. I mean, it's your podcast, talk about what you want, but just kind of highlighting what I'm trying to say. Let's just react to it and then we'll get what we say, but it's kind of obvious too why I haven't seen or heard of this podcast or her friend right there. And obviously, big Twitch streamer Valkyrie, I know who she is. I used to be a fan and watch some of her content back in the day when she used to play Among Us when that first came out and became a big hit, when people were first playing Among Us and she was playing with her group, like her, Pokimane, who I'm not a fan of too because obvious reasons I'm not going to get into. You know, she's just one of those goofy female streamers who, well, just typical female streamer, not knowing a whole lot, and her controversies and whatnot. But Valkyrie was definitely pretty watchable at the time, and I really enjoyed her content. It's just recently, and the recent years, going down the rabbit hole with her and her little dramas too, which I didn't really care about, but I think it's gotten a little bit worse with her, maybe because she's associating herself with Hassan, who I'm not going to get into, because Hassan freaking Piker's already a goofy goof on his own, and I'm surprised people still watch him, but I digress. Let's just get into this.
Yes.
See what they talk
Have
about.
you ever been in an open relationship?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Can you tell us about
Oh my
that?
god. Yeah, okay. So when I was in my explorative era.
Translation explorative era, being promiscuous, all that wild stuff what you do when you first become an adult. Well, for the most part, depending on who you ask or who it is, which a lot of times nowadays that's more on the women's side, obviously. But, you know, free country, do whatever. I'm obviously a bit of a wild boy myself, but, you know, I guess it's the double standard with that, even though I don't really care, do whatever. Just when things don't go your way, or when you do your little explorative era, as she would put it, and there's consequences for that. Maybe people not wanting to take you seriously in a relationship or so, and you're going for a person that checks all your boxes, and they may or may not want to date you or so because of your past. Because some things in your past can have far-reaching consequences or minimum consequences. Just if that happens, hey, you chose, you picked, don't complain about it, because it was you who decided to do such things. But back into it.
I was talking to a guy. He was absolutely incredible. He treated me as if we were in a relationship.
Aw.
He was very just loving. He was always busy with work and always out of town and stuff. So every time he was in town, he would be with me. And then
Right.
sometimes I would fly to him and be with him when he was like at work. And so it was a great little relationship for a few months, and we weren't official.
Have you ever been?
We're an official. I wonder why. Okay, first of all, my 2 cents. This is an L, obviously, because it seems like she won't admit it, but what I'm getting from this is the guy who she's talking about most likely didn't want to take her seriously and didn't want to get in a serious relationship with her, and or possibly wife her up. Was a long distance relationship. Now, my thing, I used to be really critical and made fun about it, even though I'm somewhat more open-minded to it now as I got a little older. Like when I turned 25, I got a little more wiser and open-minded to it because of a couple reasons. One, because when you're, say, living together with your girl, or if you've been dating for maybe a few months or whatnot, you see in your girl, you live in the same city, the same town, or you guys only live 20 minutes from each other, you kind of are more obligated if you really want to be really trying to make the relationship work. You guys always have the thing of wanting to see each other, so to speak, or she tends to come over more to you and wants to be around you and come there when you're first getting off work or you're trying to do other things, which can be time consuming. But a good relationship, sometimes you gotta put in a little extra effort, understandable, but it just depends on the case. With the long distance too, you'll definitely end up valuing each other's time more because you won't be seeing each other as much other than talking on the phone and whatnot, which I guess you could do that a lot. But if both of you are busy doing your own thing, or she's doing like stuff for school or whatever, maybe work, and then you got your own work, you're doing two things like I was talking about earlier, you'll value your time more, each other's time. And like I said, you won't be in each other's business constantly because it's easier and not as awkward to, on a Discord call or a phone call, video call, whatever, to hang up and say, oh, yo, I gotta go, or whatever. I gotta go take care of something. Oh, I gotta go out and do this. Obviously, it has its good and bad sides with long distance. I mean, it definitely helps build up a little more trust between each other. And if you're smart, because this could be a good and a bad thing, even if you think she's doing stuff behind your back, there's obvious signs you could look out for that would show, okay, maybe she's not as loyal, or she's definitely giving me these red flags, not communicating with me as much, barely talking to me once or twice a week, not really enjoying my company, because when a girl really enjoys your company, she's going to want to talk to you a lot, which another good thing for long distance, you know, when you keep to a distance away so you're not getting on each other's nerves, is if she really likes you, she's going to want to spend a lot of time with you. Let's keep it a stack. And then it will help appreciate you guys more because of those things, valuing time and that. How I see it, my 2 cents. Okay, let's see some more going on. Good thing these are clips, because to be honest, I could not sit through, even with Valkyrie talking about her wildness or whatever, I could not sit through a lot of these female podcasts, because I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't care what anybody says. Most of the time, they suck. I mean, look at Call Her Daddy. Harris went on there thinking it was gonna boost her numbers and whatnot and get more voters to want to be more attracted to vote for her in the election. But lo and behold, that failed. But however, which was a big mistake for her not doing this, when Trump went on Joe Rogan, who's obviously way more based on his stuff. I enjoy his podcast, so do a lot of people. That's why he's one of the biggest podcasts out there. It was a benefit for him to go. I don't know why Harris didn't want to go. There was obvious things of people speculating why she didn't, which I can see. But that definitely shot her in the foot, because even Joe Rogan was like, oh yeah, I'll talk to you. But her loss, Trump's gain, and that could have very well helped him big time. And he was sitting there for hours talking with them, not only about typical stuff about his campaign, that he has his campaign promises and whatnot, but also just sitting around talking, feeling like a real human instead of like this big celebrity politician thing or whatever you want to consider that as. But I digress. For the most part, though, this is why female podcasts suck. This is why, out of the ones, not all, but a good amount of them, I do like Kansas Owens. She's real based, other than a couple things I disagree with. Brett Cooper, some people, you know, have been hating on her recently, and I mean, I guess I see, but I like some of her takes. Brett Cooper's cool. Laura Loomer, definitely big ups to her. What I really like about Laura Loomer, too, she was definitely instrumental at exposing Trump's ops and was a big help, too, into getting Trump elected from his first term as 45th president and 47th, I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen her in a little bit, but definitely big ups and respect to her. I love Laura Loomer's takes. I really like Pop Culture Crisis too with Mary Morgan. She's definitely a real place-based, attractive queen. I like Mary Morgan and Pop Culture Crisis. That's a good show. But I digress.
Where's the floor?
I'm pissed! I forgot about this.
Why are you so cute?
There was this guy I was hooking up with,
Right.
Mhm.
and I told him, like, listen, I'm switching my birth control. Don't come in me. This motherfucker, he just straight up busted me.
Oh my god, he was trying to trap you. He was trying to fucking trap you.
I never
Consensual.
felt
What the
more
heck?
disrespected in my life. Actually, I felt more disrespected. I was like, we need to be safer, you know, pull-out method. Not that that's safe or anything, guys, but
Honestly, I hate condoms.
I do feel like the pull-out method just works.
It works. I've had a scare once before. It's not foolproof, but
It's not guaranteed, okay? Please be safe.
take the floor.
Wait, what's his face? I just...
Take the floor. Take.
Hold on. That face. That must be the face she was referring to when the guy, you know what, her... Wow. Guys, obviously, I'm not the best at giving advice to this, because I cat around in that, like I said, you know, playboying, but even I know it's good to have safety first. Some people say it affects their performance or whatever in the bed sheets with your partner, which I have not had that really bother me or happen to me. I mean, I somewhat get it. This is why you should definitely test out different types of condoms, in my opinion, but the dumbest thing you could do, especially as a adult working his way up, building his life together, etc., wanting to improve himself, one of the worst things you could do, especially really early on when you're in your early 20s, get a girl pregnant. That is like dumbest of the dumb, especially if you ain't got a lot of money to your name. That's gonna really ruin your life. That I could tell you. And if you're gonna be practicing unsafe sex, for the most part, if you don't want to mess with condoms, at least freaking do birth control or some other form to make sure you don't get baby trapped, either both of you, both the woman and the male. Practice it. Don't be a dum-dum, because it ruins both of your lives too, especially doing it really early on and you don't have a lot of money or a good amount of resources and money to your name. I don't think it's fair to the kid at all too, but I digress. Some people gotta learn the hard way. On to the next. Anywho though, besides the point, Valkyrie admits that she is submissive and likes being dominated. Oh, okay. Well, that go figures, to be honest. Because I think, wasn't her and that Hassan Piker freaking weirdo dating each other? She used to, I heard, like, people expose this on Twitter, showed on Twitter where she was hanging out with them, going on his stream and stuff like that. I guess it must have not worked out, because obviously he's a bit of a beta, if you couldn't tell. But I digress.
I'm a dick-loving girl.
Oh God.
I'm also like such a submissive type, you know. I just love like a big
You're sub?
man, you know.
yeah.
I'm very submissive.
Oh my God.
I like to be, you know, scolded, told what to do.
This is new information to me.
Are you a Tommy mommy? I'm a dick-loving girl.
I wonder what her response to that was. Her friend that asked, when Valk asked, "Oh, are you a dommy mommy?" You know, I'll say this, coming from the SM community or kink community, etc., over where I live, I have dommy mommy friends, so to speak, however you want to refer to them as, that always, you know, have told me, for the most, not all, but the most part, even if they partake into that job or lifestyle choice, even if they have a good amount of submissives, a couple, whatever the case, tend to still want to date seriously. If they want to be in a serious relationship, tend to still want to date dominant men. Not all, but most, for obvious reasons. And you know, coming from hearing that is definitely kind of also refreshing, but it goes to show that even the minority, it's still just the minority of women or men who want the opposite. But it goes to show too that the thing that's worked for so long over the years, whether it's dominant relationships, males, etc., even the most dominant of women still want dominant men, because it's just biology in nature since the beginning of time. Yes, there's exceptions, but exceptions don't disprove the rule, as we know. Even her, she's a very, I guess you could say, well, women are always born with value. I don't get this high value thing, because women are usually born with value. That's the point. But she's a more, why don't we just call it upper class woman? She makes a lot of money. She's famous on social media, etc. People know who she is. She's like the elevation of a princess or so, in a good way, because people know who she is. But, you know, it's as its ups and downsides, meaning her level of guy she would want to date or so goes up with that. Meaning the top tier men are small and on the, 5% scale, meaning it's harder for her to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't match her or exceed her in value, whether it's clout, money, etc. Even checking out a couple of her boxes, whether it's a guy who's taller, stronger, very competent, confident. Even if someone checks all 4 of those boxes, the guy has to have other stuff going for him too, because let's keep it a stack, and the RP talks about this among others, that women want their better. For the most part, they want to either have someone that matches with them in all of those regards, or want better, even on the upper echelon. But that pool goes down, because not everyone's going to be a multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, attractive, intelligent, confident, taller. You know, there's not too many to go around, so that hurts her versus the guy who is on that level. It just makes it even better, and it opens more doors for him, because most men of that level, for the most part, isn't going to want to go with women who definitely match with them, because there's obviously downsides to that, as we know. Because women who are like her, she's obviously a little bit different, and I'm not going to cap about that. For the most part, I mean, I don't know her personally, but she definitely doesn't seem to fight to really want to argue, get in your face, and be all dominant. It's like, we want to date our opposites for the most part, not our negative and negative, trying to turn it to a positive, however you want to see it, because most of the time when women have that kind of power, they become rambunctious, loud, annoying, naggy, all the type of stuff when a man comes back home from what he doesn't want to deal with. I mean, I definitely, when I come home from work or whatever, I don't want to deal with someone yelling at me because I forgot to do one thing around the house or so, or I didn't get to it on time. Like, come on. We don't like that stuff. I digress. But yeah, let me get your 2 cents on that one, Nomads. Valkyrie just came out as bisexual, huh? Alright, let's see what we got. Man, with modern society, a lot of things ain't surprising me. And with people that live in California, what I call it, in Hollywood, there's a lot of weirdos there. F-ton of weirdos.
The first person I've ever had a sexual encounter with was a girl.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
It was
Interesting.
a family friend's daughter. They babysat us a lot, and so I think she just one day was like, "Hey, Rachel, come here. I want to show you something." And then she just like went to town.
Went to town? What is that?
Oh, she went down, bro.
Wait,
I definitely enjoyed it.
Oh!
First person.
Hold on, let me rewind that part.
That.
Oh, she went down, bro.
Wait,
I definitely enjoyed it.
Well, that's good to know. I don't know if she still is like that now. It's interesting. You never know really about a person online until they say so, but she just said she enjoyed it. I wonder if she still feels the same way now, because a lot of times, what I notice too, when a girl is bi, unless she's like really bi and really likes girls, they tend to only say that to really appease their guy, so to speak, or want to experiment while they're younger. But when they get a little older, like in their mid to late 20s, they tend to just want to say, okay, I just want to try to be more serious now, and either stick with it to a degree just to appease the man, or she wants to completely cut it off but still wants something more of the monogamous type, or she still wants to be in a committed relationship with a guy, but wants to still have her fun with girls sometimes. And if she genuinely likes that, that's like on the level of being a little les, but still like center, I guess you could say, les, but still straight, is the way I could respond to that. Freaking the sheets being... Wait, didn't we just see this one?
You know,
I,
a big
You're so?
man. You know.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, here's another one. But let me get your 2 cents on that one, okay. Thackeray used to deal with hardcore drugs. Oh no, that's big L for her. Hopefully she's out of it. I don't know if this is recent or so, but if not, that could be very problematic if you're messing with that. But this is obviously Hollywood, and that stuff is crawling all over the place in that kind of state. Because, you know what? Let's just get into this. I'm not going to get into all
I'm
that.
quite public about me having my weed phase, but yes, I have. I definitely dabbled because he was doing it. I wasn't like, I was experimentative,
yeah.
but
Oh, your man was doing it, and he kind of talked you into it. Big L for both on that one, my 2 cents.
I never was addicted to anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, shrooms, acid, Molly,
Oh my god.
ecstasy.
Wait, how does it?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
Which one?
Which one?
I'm pretty public about me.
Damn, there was not much to that clip. I wanted to hear more about that debacle. Remember, you shouldn't touch it regardless, because a lot of times that could really ruin you. Alright, let's see what else.
Recently, just last week, actually, someone on Twitter posted my Hi Studios photos of me in my schoolgirl outfit, even though I think it was like fashion pics, right?
Schoolgirl
It was
outfit.
fashion pics, girl. You look good.
I did look good. They were
So
fire.
good.
The stylist is so good. The shoot was
The
awesome.
hair.
It was such a great launch. I'm so
Everything.
proud. Thank you. Thank you. But they posted that on Twitter and they go, "Isn't she too old to be doing this? She should be starting a family." And it's like, it's obviously like I think they're just baiting for engagement, because obviously it's stupid to say that. But I was really thinking about it. I was like, man, I really am one of the older ones in the space now because I've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
There was a recent.
Facts. I mean, in my opinion or 2 cents on this, free country, do whatever. I don't know if this was before, but because I think these are like different clips from different episodes, so to speak. But most of the time we all know this, for the most part, again, keyword for the most part, women tend to see more positives, or I guess, what's not the word engagement, but seek more happiness through a relationship and family, not through material possessions like men could be, even though men would like that for the most part too. But men, for in a good amount, because you see a lot of men kind of getting away from the dating space and just going their own way, not wanting to deal with relationships, etc. Which, free country, do whatever. I think I'm a little somewhat old school about it. Do it the smart way, but still keep your bloodline and lineage going. I'm a little old school with that regard, but you know, be smart about getting married or starting a family. Make sure you have a good amount of thing to not only take care of yourself, but take care of your woman, or women if you want to date multiple. I don't know what you want to do. I mean, I'm pagan, I practice this too, and I'm building myself up, so I having my fun on the side, not really having serious relationships to that regard, like boyfriend, girlfriend, or something more to that right now, because I'm in the midst of moving and I'm still building myself more up, so I can enjoy the more finer things in life. But if I get to that space, and a lot of people have this mindset too, I mean, look at Hollywood to a degree. We want to keep our bloodline going and maybe start a family or so, but we don't want to be completely monogamous, so to speak, because we want to practice polygamy. Now, polygamy is a good way. You have your others like polyamory, which in my opinion, in 2 cents, doesn't really work out, because it's not natural for a woman to be in multiple relationships like it is for men, because let's be honest, since the beginning of time, higher status males with a lot of money and power had multiple chicks. Even in the modern age, I mean, look at Dan Bilzerian, Hugh Hefner, back in the days, kings, bishops, lords, royalty had that. But you know what I mean. Even back in the days, I have not heard of one woman that had multiple concubines or multiple men in their roster, so to speak. It's more common for men. I mean, it's a free country, like I said, do whatever, but it's not really going to work for the most part, because dominant men aren't about that life, and they ain't going to be about, like, say, the dom and the submissive type. You're going to have to go more down if that's what you want, more close to the bottom of the barrel with dudes that don't care about that. I digress. Let me get your 2 cents though on that one, nomads. Alright, let's see this. There's another one. Valkyrie went off on Andrew Tate, Myron Sneeko, and Nick Fuentes, accusing them of spreading hate towards women in the LGBT community. Of course, typical gaslighting and BS that they hear from their puppet masters, as they say, on the blue team with their gaslighting. But let's hear, maybe I'm wrong.
a lot of people are just taking off their masks. They're more comfortable saying it. And I
Yeah.
saw like there's just this new wave of like red pill. Are we allowed to get like political?
I know. Let's.
Are we allowed to get political? Why are you worried about that? I mean, you should be able to be based and speak your mind, at least to a degree. I know it's your platform, but the platform you're using to stream your stuff has certain rules in that, which I guess, follow the rules to a degree, because it's not your system or complete platform, but you should still be able to speak your mind to a degree. But they're probably worried because they don't want to either lose sponsorships or deal with the Twitch TOS, because this has got to be on Twitch, I'm assuming, with their rules and whatnot. But they're probably not even going to say anything too bad. Let's see.
Let's this is not a political podcast,
Okay.
but
There's just a
Look at that, it's not a political podcast.
new wave
Yeah.
of red pill young men just talking about women, taking away our rights, and I don't know. It's
Here
just
we
making
go.
okay.
it's not
So I just
all
have to be-
men. It's
yeah.
just the ones that are like.
It's not all men.
It's just,
Oh.
I really hope it's the vocal minority, but after the results of the election and seeing a lot of people come out and be so happy and proud of just what's been happening, it just breaks my heart so much. It makes me so sad. I just feel really bad for a lot of people.
I feel really bad for a lot of minorities.
Yes.
And just everyone
Gay
that
people,
gay people,
trans
yeah.
people.
I know that there is
women.
a hotline for trans people. It's been blowing up on Twitter, and it's really sad that it's even come to that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll save that for the depression.
A lot of people.
Save that for the wet. Okay. Quite strange. And imagine a freaking hotline for trans people. Like, really? Shake my head. They were worried about speaking more on what was said and speaking their mind because they were worried it was probably gonna affect them, so to speak, on social media through people talking smack to them or whatever, which they're social media. You're gonna get smack talk about you regardless, haters, etc. But why can't people just swallow the freaking thing saying, okay, Trump won, I don't like him, but he won, let me give him a chance and see what he's about, instead of listening to the propaganda on the blue team being sore losers. Oh, Trump's this, Trump's racist, Trump's all that, you know, typical propaganda that's shoved down your throat on mainstream media and even social media for the most part, even though social media gives the other side their perspective too. But people just don't want to listen or see it. They just want to listen to the puppet masters feeding their emotions and trying to play their emotions and manipulate and/or gaslight. Trump doesn't want to take freaking your birthrights or trans rights or whatever. He delegated it to the states, so it's not all in the government. He's letting the governors of different states choose what to do with it, which is understandable. Some states, you could get it, no problem, abortion, whatever. Some states, not as easy as that, which it's like one of those situations, damned if you do, damned if you don't. For the most part, I'll be honest, even though I'm mostly, especially for this election, I'm mostly on the red team. I've always been more center-right, but since Trump and his cabinets and among other things have really shown that the blue team's really gotten more crazy, communist, and fanatical, I'm full all in on the red team. Obvious other reasons too, like illegal immigrants causing trouble and whatnot. Like, what's so bad about Trump, a good candidate in my and others' opinions, that wants to put a stop to a lot of this craziness going on in America? Illegal immigrant gangs coming over, breaking the law, killing people, damaging property, freaking robbing people, and doing a lot worse. Like, look at the stories out there of freaking parents losing their kids to illegal immigrant gangs that they wanted to try ignore and not acknowledge. But oh, the blue team, Carmela, even though Sleepy Joe, let's be honest, around the first year of him being in office, didn't really do much but make stuff ruined our pipeline that was going to make us more energy independent, and let Putin get his pipeline to make more money and all that, which, hey, it's Russia, do whatever. But you canceled our pipeline and gave Russia theirs, they would make them a lot of money and all that stuff. When Trump canceled that one, you canceled our one and let Putin and Russia have their pipeline. Like, what sense is that? Also, too, overcharging a lot of taxes because they're giving away money to Ukraine, which is already a losing battle. Let's keep it a stack. I'm not going to get too much into that, but that's already a big problem as it is. Like, come on. Also, too, and they didn't quite say this, but they indirectly say that they cared more about people's trans things, about trans people, with pretty much catering to them. Like, this is on their thing. It's a free country. Do whatever. I'm not a big fan of it nor supportive of it, but hey, I'm not going to tell people what to do and force my stuff down people's throat. Like, it's a free country. If you're not happy with your body or so, fine. It's your money, your problem. But we shouldn't have to pay for other people's stuff, because on the blue team, they wanted taxpayers to pay for that, which, why should we pay for that? That's not our thing. What do we get for paying for it? What's our benefit? If anything, if we were going to pay for more medical care for people, I say do it for more of the military people who go out in the danger zone, injuring themselves, coming back with missing limbs or so, or do it for other heroes like firefighters breaking into burning buildings, compromising their health, rescuing people. Like, if we're going to pay for anybody's medical thing, I'm cool with that. Even though I still think it's like, it doesn't really benefit me, but it's also not my problem. They chose to do their job. But of course, no disrespect or that for the military or the fire department. Shout out to them. But if we were going to pay for anybody's medical bills or so, it would be for, I would guess, which makes more sense, the military or firefighters, not trans people, because it's only beneficial to them, not us. But also, indirectly, they supported trans people, which this is completely understandable why Trump wants to stop this, because it's not even freaking fair. I could go into more in depth in this, but all I say is this: for them going into female sports and either beating the snot out of them in more physical combat sports, which if you've seen those, that's like a freaking bloodbath. I feel bad for them, and I'm glad he's putting a stop to that. But also, even like sports ones involving volleyballers. So like, everyone talks about the story, like the volleyball pitcher that was trans that smacked or spiked the ball to the opposite team member who was a female, got, even just by the ball really hard, got really hurt bad, damn near a lot of medical head trauma from getting hit with that ball. Like, that is definitely really bad, and they should definitely be ashamed of themselves for that. Elle Valkyrie and her friend on that take, whoever her name is. But typical liberals, can't talk sense to them. They just want to believe what the others trying to manipulate them into believing. That's what they do, gaslight and try to pitch to your feelings and give you sweet, pretty much tell you sweet nothings, but people tend to just believe it. Like I said, it's their problem. Hopefully, in due time, they actually can appreciate and thank Trump for improving on their lives, because who doesn't want no tax on tips, or when people get older, no tax on Social Security? Don't you want to have more money in your pocket? And don't you want more jobs to come about and us being energy more independent? Because if we're really energy independent and whatnot, it benefits us all down the line, because more jobs come about and whatnot, and makes the economy better. And of course, secured borders. I mean, look at Poland. All Trump wants to do is continue to build that wall and make sure they can't just hop over and sneak over here, which I'm very for pro-immigration, but done legally. Keyword, legally, not sneaking in, because on my father's side, my father and his side of the family had to come here illegally and go through all the process and all that. And it's kind of like a smack to the face to the people who had to pay the money and do the work the right way, while other people could just sneak in here or get brought here free of charge. And the people have to pay for that, aka the taxpayers. But I'm not going to get too political, I digress. But let me get your 2 cents on that one. Right, next, what we got here. I posted it on my last video, but like I said, there was issues with YouTube, and I got a little too trying to make extra room, and I accidentally deleted the VOD I recorded the other day. So yeah, that was a big oof. I'm making up for that, but there's more to this. My friend was sending this to me about dark romance novels being more deprived and all that stuff, and it's funny the comparison, and I'm even surprised at this, because, you know, us men are more visual creatures than women. Like, for us, it's easier to get excited, so to speak. I'll say it like that, excited. We're like a light switch, on, off. But for men, I mean for women, it's style. You just gotta get it just right, and words are more attractive to women than visual pictures, so to speak. But this will explain it for yourself. Oh, and because I really like memeing on this, this is for you. Book talk, scary, dark romance, depraved, Ghostface, scary movie, slasher lovers. This is for you, since y'all like being fanatics. Book talk, don't worry, I got you. Yeah. Don't worry. You'll probably appreciate this. Got my little Ghostface here. Really bitchin' cosplay. And my accessory. Yeah. Let's get into this, shall we? Oh, remember, I got another quick question to ask. What's your favorite scary movie? Alright.
Last one, I have to take it. I heard in this one, he's like a sexy Danny Phantom.
You know how 50 Shades of Grey started out as Twilight fanfic?
What are you, a soccer mom?
Oh. Oh.
That book is for 52-year-olds. Where are you going? What does it mean, 5 brothers? Like, 5 brothers at once?
Not at once. Just individually.
Oh. What do you think this one's about? Maria, you should read this one. It's about a single cowboy dad. He fucks the FMC at his son's birthday party.
I don't know. I don't really like cowboy romances like that, though.
You sure?
Yeah. Look at this pretty edition of Icebreaker.
Is that that hockey romance where he fucks her in a Gru costume? Like Gru from the Minions?
It was Halloween, Maria.
What the heck?
You think there's smut in this book?
Maria, that's literally the Hunger Games.
What else has he been hungry for? Oh my god, I want to read this one. Have you read this one?
No, what's it about?
She fucks a demon.
Alright, enough.
Give it back.
Has relations with a demon. Is I'm dreaming. I can't. There's more of this too. Let me hear from this person.
So I heard that you're a little bit of a slut for an unhinged fictional man like myself. That, or you're new to dark romance and you want to see what the fun is all about. Welcome. Let's go through some of my all-time favorite dark romance series that have me in a fucking chokehold. Honestly, it seems fitting to start with the series that started it all for me. This was my first dark romance experience, the Devil's Night series. I don't even know what world I went to when I was reading this, but I remember nothing else during those days other than this utterly consuming me and me having a lot of questions about myself. I honestly feel like this was a great series to start with. Definitely shows you what dark romance can be like, but it also has a great plot throughout the whole entire series. Each book follows a different couple, but the plot continues throughout, and there are just like so many twists and turns. This also developed my obsession with masked men. Just something about a group of men that all wear masks and they're best friends, and they just wreak absolute havoc together. Yep, that'll do it. Next we have the Mindfuck series. Oh
Sound
my
familiar?
God, this is a 6 fucking star series. Don't even get me started on this. This is also a great starting point, in my opinion, for dark romance. This is actually the only book where the men aren't morally black. She is a serial unaliver on her fucking revenge arc. The plot is fucking insane, okay? And she just so happens to be dating the FBI agent on her case. I simply cannot recommend this enough. Like, if you haven't read it yet, I'm gonna come over and hit you with it until you read it, okay? Yeah. Next, we have the Legacy of God series. Honestly, this is unfucking matched. This lives in my head rent-free. Like, you can't beat some of these men. This is extremely dark. Yeah, with the first book, Rena Kent's like, I'm not messing around. I'm showing you exactly what the fuck you're getting yourself into. Yeah. You get morally black men. You also get a group of masked men. Each book follows a different couple. Some of my favorite fucking psychopaths and stalkers in here. It's twisted and just so spicy. Next, we have the Maid series, which was my intro to dark mafia romance. And oh my God, was I exposed to a whole new fucking obsession and new world that I go feral for. Mafia men, specifically Russian mafia men. I simply get giddy just thinking about it, okay? Nico Russo blew up a fucking gas station because a man put his hands on her. Christian Alistair, okay, is so obsessed with her that he's in therapy and has been for years because of his obsession. Ronan, yeah, he kidnaps her to get to her father, to kill him, right? But accidentally ends up becoming obsessed with her and really doesn't know what to do with her at this point. But he doesn't let her fucking go. Going back to the queen of dark romance, Rena Kent, also my new queen of mafia dark romance, okay? We have the Deception trilogy. This was everything to me. My mind is blown. I had no idea what to expect. It was not this. I was so pleasantly surprised, exceeded all of my expectations. Adrian Volkov, Daddy Adrian, the spiciest, so much spice, but the plot.
Okay. Oh. A lot of things in society are starting to not surprise me anymore. It's very rare that that happens. Oh. Give me that back. That was a fun little topic, though. I mean, not to say I'm not no angel myself. And this is speaking not only for myself, but I think I could say for a lot of men, we're kinky mofos, but that takes the cake. I mean, I already known, too, ever since lately and a little while ago, more women have been more obsessed with freaking serial killers, and these romance novels obviously shows. I mean, look at how people are thirsty for Ghostface, and I say Michael Myers to a degree, Jason, but Ghostface being the #1 kicker. I mean, look at Book Talk when it comes to Ghostface, but wow. The depravity that I have came across so far and the wildness of the Western culture, I say this so far really takes the cake. This is really tough to beat. But as much as I am somewhat judging this, and far be it for me, like I said, I'm a kinky mofo myself, but to judge anything, I could not see myself falling in love with a female serial killer, even if she didn't want to kill me. She wanted, like a Yandere situation, she just loved me for me, but anyone who messed with me or want to, mess with me, so to speak, and want to, get to know me and get at me, trying to date me or have feelings for me, I would feel really bad, and I would so not want a Yandere girl freaking harming another girl or turning her into a statistic just because she likes me. Now, a mafia woman, trust me, if I was younger, I would say, okay, I could kind of get that, because that is kind of neat, but I would definitely never date a woman who was a mafia boss, even if she was super bad, because one wrong thing, disrespect her, so you're losing something important. You'll either become a eunuch or you'll lose your life. My 2 cents on it, but some people got some wild fantasies. But yeah, Nomads, let me know your 2 cents on that one. Okay, next. I like reacting to this guy's thing. Let's see what's going on X with Clown World. Shout out to him. I like his content. Let's see here. I remember this. Was this in Florida? The burnout with the LGBT mural. If, like I said, I don't really care. Free country, do whatever. I have some friends that are a part of that community. I say this was kind of like, it's painted right there. What's that gonna do? Facing 10 years in prison, I think is a bit harsh for that, even though all it did was just get black tire marks on there that should be easily cleanable. Mind you, I don't know all the things behind it, but that barely did much of anything. I would say him at the most, since the government put it there, and I guess it's a part of, belongs to the city or whatever, maybe paying a big fine or, you know, community service cleaning it up. Something like that. I mean, if he faces 10 years in prison for that, that's redunculous. My 2 cents. Really redunculous. Okay, let's see what else here more. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's see. What the heck? This guy definitely is really good. Or this person, I don't know if it's male or female, mind you. Excuse me, this person's really good at exposing the goofy stuff going on in Western society. As hair supporters think we should be keep shaving our heads and posting it. Yeah, with that little debacle there. What is with that? I've been seeing that on social media. What, because you're a candidate lost, which goes to show you're a sore loser, what's that gonna do for anything but mess up your beauty and your looks, shaving your head completely off? I never understood that. I think that's freaking goofy, my 2 cents, unless you really want the cut or so, even though I think it's kind of unattractive depending on the head. Some girls could pull it off, but I could see if it was a medical thing, obviously, if you got sick or so and you had to do that, or just did that because of chemo or whatever, then that's understandable. I mean, most people that they wear a wig or so after recovering from that, but just doing that because you're a candidate, lost fair and square, mind you. That's stupid. But you know what? Actually, it's kind of good in the long run that they do this to themselves, because, right, their body, their choice, but it goes to show who you should be avoiding on the dating market or to associate with if you're just making friends. It goes to show who you should and shouldn't avoid. So, hey, there's an upside to that. Let's see here. Halloween is over. It's time to take your decorations down. Hold on. Carmela Harris. Yeah, that would be a good thing for Halloween. I bet you some people might still do that too. Proposal gone wrong. Bro got rejected. What the heck?
Santa Monica. He paid $100 for this serenata.
Aw.
We thought it was
What a
going
guy.
so good until
That must be one of his family members or so.
she said no.
She said no. Is I'm dreaming?
In front of all these people too.
Yeah, this was an L. Poor guy. But this is a bit of his fault in the matter of speaking. I mean, it was really nice for her to do that, but he should have had better cues and signs that she really liked them like that. But in my opinion, I really don't think if you're proposing to somebody to be, maybe in the long run, I think she probably did him a favor. And he's gonna see it probably later in due time. Here's hoping, but you better expect if you're gonna end up doing this, proposing to your girl in public, if she says yes or no, but especially if she says no, like this situation, it's gonna look bad. You're gonna get clowned on, and I think it's like it's, I guess, interesting to see. It's cute and everything, but person that kind of minds my own business and speaks my mind, but I don't get involved in other people's business, because it's like, it's your thing, not mine. Who cares? Not my problem. But this guy's gonna remember it big time. It's gonna damn near give him a little PTSD and scar him for at least a little while because of this. It looks like he went through a good effort, but I've seen videos on this before where people get rejected. I would not want to definitely deal with that, or I prefer to be a little bit more private about my thing. Even if I was trying to go on social media, I would probably record it on a video just to get the reaction if I wanted to post it and everything. But I would never stream it or put myself in public and go through doing that, even if I know she really liked me or so, because I definitely don't want to be laughed at, but also have people... I'm more prideful. I wouldn't want people to feel bad for me for stuff like that, because people feeling bad for me... I'm really prideful too. Like I said, I don't really like people feeling bad for me or that kind of thing, unless it's something to really feel bad at, because that's kind of like, bro, I feel bad for you, but she just dumped you in front of, or said no to your proposal in front of people. Damn, you must have not been high on her totem pole for that, or she didn't really like you like that, I guess, huh? And, you know, it's her thing, her choice. I'm more, like I said, I'm more on the guy about this than the girl, because the guy should definitely know a little bit better. But he was doing what a lot of people do the wrong way, and this is more of a female thing. Falling in love with your girl, not having love for your girl, but falling in love with her and going in blindly like it's a Disney fairy tale or so. Like, I have my opinion on that, but I don't think, with me, I could love my girl, really like her, be around her and all that stuff, but falling in love with her and kind of pushing other things to the side and not also making sure you're good too, focusing on yourself, is a bit of an L. Of course, love your girl, really appreciate her and everything, and love her, but not like fall in love with her like a Disney fairy tale, so to speak, if that makes sense. I digress. But let me know your 2 cents on that one. Okay. Cruise line launches 4-year trips for Americans looking to skip Trump's second term. Prices start at just under $40,000 a year. Wouldn't it be cheaper just to do overseas and get a passport? Oh yeah, not only to the celebrities, because I think there's more to it than that, but the people who said, oh, I'm gonna move overseas or move elsewhere because Trump's in office. I'm like, sayonara, good riddance. Yeah. It's kind of good, because every time y'all think you weaken the nation and mess up a lot of good things in the country, my 2 cents, like the First, Second Amendment, all the Bill of Rights, and or making America prosperous again. Prosperity, good things going on, no goofiness, no craziness with illegal immigrants crossing the border, causing problems, you know. I said before, but yeah, that's... and or among other things. Look at this. Shout out to Clown World. Protesting white supremacy by becoming skinheads. Facts. Like I said, these are the type of people to avoid. It's so hilarious. And they do not look good with their head shaved off. Like, I'm just gonna say it right there. Somebody had to say it. My 2 cents, and I'm sure others would agree. They don't look good like that. But their body, their choice. Let them mess up their aesthetics just because their politician that they were voting for didn't win. Boo-hoo. But let me know what you think on that one. Okay, hold on. What the heck? Before coming out. Wow, this person actually looks... I'm not much a fan for the nose ring, but this person actually looked kind of cute. Like a Illinois type of cute. Like a 6 out of 10. Here in Illinois, at least. What the heck? Very unrecognizable. Is the surgery really that freaking good? Where they could just completely change your body like that? It looks like a whole legit... I don't know how much the person, unless the government paid for it or so, aka taxpayers. I don't know if she paid with that out of her pocket. But that's crazy. Like I said, free country, do whatever, your body, your choice, but just don't shove it down people's throats. I just hope later on the line, though, since they did that, they're not freaking regretting it, because after going through that, I doubt it's really easy, or it's not even possible to switch back, because people who have gone all the way in transition, whether female to male or a male to female body, whatever, people have definitely deleted themselves because they had second thoughts about it, but it was way too late. But yeah, let me get your 2 cents on that one. Let's see some more. Ooh, I like this. If you're shaving your head because your side has failed, you're in a cult. I couldn't agree more. And like I said, I was center right, even though politics was like whatever to me. I was center right, you know, voted on the politician, even though I'm with this election and this year, all red team. It's just gotten to show a little bit better. Mind you, the red team ain't all perfect either. We have rhinos that are infiltrating, not really living up, because the red team are for less government for the most part and protecting the Bill of Rights that was beautifully created, that represents this country. But a good amount of them are either just been lazy or not doing their jobs, so to speak, as the right thing, you know, protecting the freaking Bill of Rights and the amendments. And the one thing the red team, for the most part, even though it seems a little different this time, they were using all, yes, this is a Christian land, Christianity in that, even though you're free to practice whatever religion, which is good. But they go too much on the Bible. They kind of need to not involve, in my 2 cents, people may disagree with this for me, but I don't care, need to involve the Bible in a lot of things for their stances in politics. Because they see it where the Bible's a big thing for common sense, how the world should possibly be as and live to an example, even though there's contradictions. I'm going to say there's contradictions, among other things, in the Bible that are like, huh? If you read it yourself and read other types of books involving paganism or so that came way before Christianity and the other Abrahamic religions, mind you, you'll say, wow, you never would thought. But I digress. I'm not here to talk too much about religion. I'm just saying my 2 cents on that. But that's the one thing I will say the red team kind of lacks. Oh, what's this? Mini Cooper driver should have just stayed in his car. Let me guess, guy pulls gun on during road rage. Of course. Some people really go crazy on the road, and keep in mind, I hate idiot drivers as much as the next guy. I think idiot drivers piss me off, and when they drive stupidly and then they get themselves in predicaments where I almost crash into them, or luckily I've never gotten into a car accident, thank goodness, but they drive where they're either driving really slow, don't know what they're doing, don't know how to switch lanes or make up their mind in lanes, playing on the phone, getting mad at you because you have to wait for your light to turn green and there's traffic and you ain't trying to turn in, even if it is the right of way, like you're turning, certain you don't go turn right away and get yourself in a car accident, but they're in a big hurry for some odd reason, like they're just having a baby or so. Like recently I got in a fight with some idiot too, trying to be a road raging idiot, and he was being an idiot driver, tried to pull out close to me. I cursed him out, and then he actually, while it was still the red light, came out the car, wanted to confront me, but when he saw me look at him, and I had this like on the dash because I was kind of moving stuff around and putting better places, because you know, hey, gotta protect yourself. A lot of bad peeps out there. He saw this on top of my dashboard, and then he was like, oh, and then just backed off. Because at first he got out the car cursing at me, all this stuff, and wanted to try to probably fight me. And this dude was... It was funny. They have, like... I call them these weirdo hybrids where they seem conservative, but they're actually liberal. Like, they have a truck, and they're big dudes. Some of them even having beards you would think would be conservatives, but they're kind of liberal. Or they're maybe a little bit in the middle, and then they come out, try to act all big and tough, probably because they got bullied or whatever in school. And then when you show them you mean business, they back the hell off right away. It's like, yeah. You want a street fight? Hey, a street fight's a street fight. There ain't no rules. If you want to F around and find out, I'll gladly show you what's going to happen if you mess with me for no freaking reason other than just being a jerk-off. But street fight's a street fight. I ain't going to be on your stupid rule book, because when it comes to a street fight, in my opinion, and at other people's, it's about winning. It's not a freaking signed MMA controlled boxing match, whatever you want to call it. It's just to take care of the problem and move on. And if you have to go to more of the lethaler options, aka stand your ground, like in some of these states of which I'm going to move to, whether it's with firearms, knives, bats, whatever the hell, you just better expect the worst, because no one's going to try to get you in a fight, because I'm not even looking for trouble. I'm just minding my business, doing my thing. But if you want to be crazy and pick a fight with me for just you being an idiot driver and me cursing at you, because as far as I'll go, I'll curse at you or maybe give you the finger. But if you want to mess with that, then and take it to a whole new level, that's your problem. I'll meet you with that energy, but best believe I'm not going to let you beat me without a fight, and I'm going to come at you with whatever I got, whether it's just either these, but especially if you're definitely got a friend or so with you, or even if I got it at the time and I just rather not deal with it, best believe I'm pulling out this or one of my pistolas if I have to, because hey, self-defense. But look at this.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this shit. Look at this.
He even told him get in the car.
Hang on, I gotta get this license plate. He pointed a fucking gun at me. Look at this shit. You're going right.
Illinois. What a coincidental. I actually don't recognize this area, but imagine. Pulls over in front of him and wants to try to either confront him or go as far as maybe put his hands on him. Who knows? Crazy world out there. You never know who someone's fully capable of, but you never know when someone's just having a bad day and wants to be left alone. You shouldn't go picking fights with people randomly, being an idiot or being a jerk, because right there, he's lucky he drove away and just decided to F it, but he wants to be like, oh, let me record that. Oh, I'm going to record you, and I came up to you and blocked your way of trying to move. But you want to play victim when he pulls a gun on you. Well, maybe you shouldn't be such a goofy goof and a liberal puppet, because it benefits people regardless. I don't care what anybody says, even though the red team, my team, tends to be more, of course, pro-gun and everything, but the Second Amendment is meant to benefit everybody. So it's in the thing, exercise your right. And you won't have to worry about that. And that's a very good thing against bad people that want to do harm to you. But I digress. Let me see more of this. Hold on. I want to read the comments. You need to realize getting out of your car and running up to another one is insane. You never know what the other person has or is willing to do. Facts. Pretty much sums up what I was saying. You never know. And some states, it could be a little bit of a gray area. Unfortunately, Illinois doesn't have stand your ground, so unfortunately the guy who was defending himself from this idiot's probably going to end up getting punished if he hasn't already. Hopefully he's all good, but this is another big reason why you should always go where it's red, keep it red, because hey, W, stand your ground. Even he didn't even need to, you know, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm just saying that right there, that was a good scare tactic. to push them away and to show, hey, I'm not playing, leave me the F alone, I ain't trying to cause stuff. But if you come up to me and try to put your hands on me, I will use force. He didn't even need to do that. He just did the scare tactic, drove off, because that's stand your ground. Now, it could be even in red states a little bit, depends, but the places I want to be at, stand your ground no matter what. If someone comes aggressive at you, you can warn them, flash the gun, and if they're still dumb enough to want to try to put their hands on you or come at you, then do what you gotta do for self-defense. That's their law. I'm just saying the laws for them, basically, in those states. If someone walks up to my car and after blocking me on the road, I'm pulling one too. Don't blame him, but there are, of course, two sides to every story. Yeah. But, see, this is why it's important. You should always get dash cams and, I guess, dash and rear view mirror, back seat, whatever you call cameras. For if someone, not even just for that too, but in case some idiot driver playing on their phone hits your car, and then you need, for insurance reasons, etc., if he banged it up pretty bad, or he or she banged it up really bad, you have that for evidence. Very important, but that's also good evidence too if somebody comes at you, because it goes to show, hey, you're more in the right for self-defense because you weren't even doing much of anything. This wasn't a road rage gun draw. This dude blocked all his vehicle and then got out and approached his car. Mini Cooper needs to be arrested. Interesting take. I may or may not agree with that. Stop in the middle of the road, then aggressively approach the driver you just stopped in front of. But one you stopped and blocked has every reason to believe you're a threat. Agreed. It seems like that too, because most people when they pull up don't want to get in a screaming match with you, which is a waste of time too regardless, but may or may not get more triggered of your responses, because a lot of people can be hotheads regardless of political affiliation or so, and want to put their hands on you because they don't know any better. You can't just put hands on people just because they upset you. Yeah, but I digress. Let me know your 2 cents though on that one. Oh, one of these. I've seen these before on TikTok. These are kind of funny, some of the responses. And most of the time they choose the second option. Or I mean the first option. But sometimes they word it as the second option.
Me? Would you rather $100 or to go out on a date with me?
Oh my god.
Excuse me? Would you rather $100 or to go out on a date with me?
Oh my god, seriously?
Yes.
This cannot be true.
Yes.
One of those?
Yeah.
On a date with you?
Yeah.
No, fine, I'll take the money.
Based. W. I love it. That dude is Sigma based. I mean, I'm very big a fan of like my goth and alt type of girls, emo girls to a degree. I really like gothic and alt type of women. She definitely wasn't really my type, someone else's type for sure, not hating on her, so. But if it was, I probably would say the same thing too, even though $100 is really nothing to me. But just don't be upset about the answer when some people don't seem interested in you and you're standing on the street or sidewalk asking random people that question and they're nice enough to give you the answer. Just, hey, if you don't like certain answers, don't ask the question. Let me know what you think about that one. Okay, on to the next. Wait. Keeping the neighborhood safe. Imagine. Do people really, if they were registered as this, do people really have to put those signs up?
Sign about this.
No
Wow.
freaking way.
That is very interesting, but very informative.
What state is this? Are they required to actually have a sign like that up? Or did the guy just do that to be funny? I'm skeptical on this one. I have to look into that more, but that's crazy. Ooh. Oh, I've seen this before, I think, or tidbits of it. Hold on, let me see.
How did he win? Well, it was racism. It was misogyny. Xenophobia. Really? 76 million? From every walk of life? Up over every demographic from 4 years ago? It was racism. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was people who are tired of a system that's been lying to them. You can't finesse me with a whole bunch of words that don't mean nothing. Your celebrity endorsements didn't help you. And even though the candidate is deeply flawed, felony convictions, assault convictions, all of those things didn't matter to people who are saying, I can't pay for groceries. You gotta understand that America is not what you think it is. America is the experience of the people who've lived it. And everybody has lived a different experience. So everyone should respect where everybody's coming from, regardless of what side you're on. How did he...
Big facts based. Couldn't agree more. Big facts. See, if more people had that mindset, the West, aka America, etc., would definitely be in a really good place. Definitely need more people like him in this world, with a G. Okay, now, let me know what you think about that one. Your 2 cents on it. Okay, now I want to react to this. Definitely big shout out to Anti-Simp with a banger. When men don't hold back against woke people. Oh, I can already see where this is going. Let's see here. Oh boy, this is definitely in California, I could tell.
A woman is a woman. That's all it is. What?
Didn't we vote against this? Anyways, you already know men don't hold back against woke people.
There is no
definition. You can't use the word woman in the definition of a woman. How would you define a woman?
You can't judge anybody by if they say they're a woman or not.
Okay.
I'm dreaming.
So really, me giving you...
He ain't really giving the answer. He's trying to freaking loop around it and or run in circles.
Specific details of what a woman is, that's...
So it's subjective.
No comment.
Okay. What is a man?
No comment.
A man is a man.
Okay. What is a dog?
A dog.
A dog is a dog. All right. Very simple terms we're using here, but I
Facts.
guess it gets the point across.
I mean, at this point, you can't even be mad because I would never expect somebody looking like this to be able to simply define what a woman is.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
I need your help.
Doing all my chance surgeries before Donald Trump tries to stop me. Like somebody actually called the
What
cops.
the heck?
Because this man
That's a
actually offers
doctor.
gender transition surgeries for
Surgeon.
Minor. Welcome to
That's
Wabash
crazy.
County.
And freaking ads. Whatever, I'm sure this person made a good amount of money.
Small enough baby away with Lysol wipe.
Woman for Miss Universe, like who would have thought?
I feel like you could wipe like a small enough baby away with Lysol wipe. Like I feel like
Oh, you definitely could, but it'd be murder.
probably could.
He could probably kill you with Lysol. If it was enough.
Like bleach poisoning? Like
Well, yeah, he could drown you with Lysol.
I feel like, yeah.
Wouldn't make it okay, because you're a human being.
That is an actual weird thing to say. Somebody gotta check this man's basement. He must be hiding some skeletons in his closet, to say the least.
Hi, I'm Aria.
Aria, what do you do for a living?
I'm in the industry as well. I do OnlyFans, Chatterbait, all that stuff. And then I also am a dancer. So I didn't pop my balloon on that because I'm comfortable with people in the industry.
Okay.
Are you comfortable with your girl being in the industry?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. Is she your type?
She looks beautiful.
I would never settle for a woman who had showed her to thousands of men. This man actually seems desperate. There ain't much else to say.
Can you point to one law that favors a white person but hurts a black person?
That's the thing though, right? Is that it shouldn't be in law. It's not in our law, but it happens every day.
But then where is it?
Look around.
You see a
Oh, I've
disparity.
seen Charlie Kirk
So you see-
before. Even though I have some disagreements with him too. Well, like a couple. not some, excuse me, but I like when he goes on these campuses, like, and owns a lot of these college goofy liberals, because they don't know much about life. They're just going into college trying to learn some, but let's keep it a stack. A lot of it, for the most part, not all, but big time, college is a scam, and to get you in debt, because they try to put stuff that you're not really trying to learn and majors you're not interested in really going in or think you want to go in, because most of the time I've been noticing a lot of people that go to college have really been getting scammed big time and caught themselves dead and hard to get out of it because they're picking up useless majors that don't learn anything, and it's a big indoctrination camp at this point. Who knows, maybe since when Trump gets fully in and squared in, back on giving the orders back as president officially, maybe he'll fix a lot of that like he said he is. Here's hoping.
A gap and you scream racism.
No, that's not what
Yes,
I'm
no,
doing.
you know Thomas Sowell, right?
Yes.
Who is Thomas Sowell?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Not even gonna lie, that laugh was diabolical. And of course,
Facts.
she cannot give an actual example to anything she's talking about. That's pretty common in woke people.
Hold on.
Facts.
How could you even...
Go ahead with your point.
But, okay, it's a great book called Discrimination and Disparities, where he argues that it is an immature view to act, wow, there's a disparity, it must be racism. There are hundreds of other contributing factors. Give me a macro example of racism.
The gender wealth, or
No,
the
that's
wealth gap.
That's
That's
a disparity. That's not racism. Racism is an action, not a result. You got to show me an action.
The causes of those things
No.
are so deeply ingrained. Like,
Then how do I know it when I see it? How do I know racism?
When your wife, or not necessarily your wife, but when someone you know kind of hides their purse when there's a black person there are those tiny little, or you lock the door. All your moms do it. Like, be so for real. But I feel like people do it. But
If she means lock your house front and back door, well, obviously that's smart, especially if you live in a certain major city or close to a major city. I mean, I live in a more upper class neighborhood, thanks to my fruits of labor and whatnot from working, but from growing up in part of the city where she's trying to mention, like in the inner cities is what I'm saying too, it's smart to lock your front and back door, obviously. Like I said, a lot of crazies in the world. You want to do that, that's smart. I doubt she keeps her front and back door unlocked. If she does, then she's kind of asking for trouble at that point, because your lucky home invaders don't come in and try to rob and steal your shit, regardless what race or so they are. That's just smart to do regardless. Anybody or any race could be breaking into people's houses trying to steal stuff or worse. Let's keep it a stack.
She's calling you guys all racist is what she's doing.
She got actually demolished and cooked by the whole crowd.
Wait, can I give you Chris and him in the picture too? 1, 2, 3.
Look, you feel so awkward on that.
Thank you, sir.
Heck.
Yo, bro, that's insane. I bet Sneeko would love this.
You know, they found out that boxer that won the gold medal and
Oh my goodness. I don't care if it's like her big time celebrity crush or like big time idol to a girl I'm dating. If she was to kiss him on the cheek like that, game over. I wouldn't necessarily blame him because he was just taking a picture of her, though. You could tell he didn't even want to get kissed on the cheek. He's probably either doesn't like people just kissing him without asking, because that's kind of like not getting permission, kind of personal, but whatever. Double standards, huh? And also, too, like, that's disrespectful to her mans. I just know if I was ever in that situation, I would be gone and I would say, we should see other people, it's not working, I'm breaking up with you, beat you to it, yeah. Hopefully you find what you're looking for, thank you very much, out the door, I'm going out. I'm out. Going home, and then I'm gonna get back on the horse and or do a little playboying before I even attempt to want to get into a relationship again, get it all out my system, feel better about it. That's my form of healing. I don't think sitting around and crying, like different personality, different people, whatever. I just think it's better to get over it by not freaking wallowing or feeling bad for yourself or whatever. It's just saying, oh, well, it sucked. Maybe take a day to figure out what your next moves are going to be. But don't just jump into a relationship right away. Have a little fun, if anything. Or even if you don't want to go catting around or doing what you did before, hang out with the homies. Go put a lot of that work into the gym and or plan a trip. It doesn't necessarily have to do with anything. You'd be surprised what positive things happen in the, like the butterfly effect, what other good things can happen while improving your mindset. It is amazing. The butterfly effect, for the most part, at least for me, has been pretty good. Can't complain.
Olympics is actually a
I digress.
No.
But
Yeah,
that's
the one
not
that
shocking.
everyone was complaining was
Yeah.
was a biological male. Like,
Yeah.
you piece of shit.
Yeah.
They have a medical condition. No. Has a micro penis.
Yeah.
Internal testicles.
Right.
Went through male puberty. Biological male.
Yeah.
XY chromosome. Whole deal. Won a
it's-
gold medal in the Women's Olympics.
People have tried to defend this transgender man competing in women's sports, but as you already know, everything that's woke eventually backfires.
Did you know
Facts.
there was a shooting at a high school
The woke eats itself. The blue team, the woke eats itself alive. Best thing I could compare that to, like Prometheus. Look at Prometheus in pagan culture. And their thing, Greek paganism, eats himself alive. That's how I think about the woke. They're never established or really agree on everything. It's just a mix mash of mental illness, clown world, all over the place, chaotic. My 2 cents. Hold on. Back to it.
graduation today in Missouri?
No, didn't hear about it. These were the suspects involved in that shooting, though.
Did you know that last night, Saturday night, in Savannah, Georgia, there was a mass shooting where 10 people were shot?
Didn't hear about this one either. These were the suspects involved.
Oh! I never heard about this one either. Even I didn't hear anything about it on TikTok. Oh! Huh. I thought only white people, for the most part, do that. I just think it's just crazy people in general, but look. Oh. I bet the left side, the blue team, ain't got much to say about that one now, huh? But I'm not gonna push indoor. I'm gonna be nicer about it. It is definitely a big tragedy, fucked up. Should never have happened. But it's not a one multivariate race thing or ethnicity or whatever. That's really low room temperature, low IQ statement. Anyone who's not all right in the head could be doing that. I mean, look, best example right there.
Mass shooting. Noticing a pattern? If these guys were straight white men, all of us would have heard about these shootings. But your side, the left, has decided to demonize straight white men. So if somebody commits a crime that doesn't fit the category of a straight white man, none of us will hear about it.
It's actually crazy how some of these cases actually make it to the news and some are being censored. This is one of the things Americans have voted against, so hopefully we see a change in that.
What hobby makes
Oh, we will. Here's hoping. But one side has got to be corrupt and bribe their media. It's crazy. Let me know your 2 cents on that one.
guy undateable?
Oh, gym for sure.
Anyone who works out.
I think a gym bro.
A gym bro.
A gym bro.
Going to the
Right?
gym?
Yeah.
Gym for sure.
No.
Yeah. Gym bros. Gym bros.
I think people who want to take care of their bodies are absolutely pathetic.
Why does it make him undateable?
They're more obsessed with the gym than they are with the girls. Exactly, yes. Because they use steroids. Have you ever talked to one? Real.
Right now you are.
I don't know, there's just something sketchy about a gym bro. Protein farts for sure, that's like, oh. I just think a lot of times they're just full of themselves. Because they're conceited.
I think they just try and make themselves like
think that they're better than everyone else.
The crop top tanks. That's just the tank tops. The tank tops. Yeah. Muscle tees. Constantly staring at themselves in the mirror. It's just gross.
You guys run into that quite a bit?
Yes.
That is disgusting. I'm sorry.
I definitely rather go gym than have to speak to these women. What you see here is actually a phenomenon where women try to be more masculine and dominant than men. The issue with this, which they fail to understand, is that no self-respecting masculine man finds this kind of stuff attractive.
Big freaking facts. Big facts. Before I continue on, very based. So far I'm really liking this guy's channel. Like, at this point, women don't really know what they want. I call cap on that because most of the people where I go to the gym at, and I'm sure elsewhere people have said about this, the more toxic people in that gym is the female influencer fitness models that go there. Like, you've seen Joey Swole roast a lot of them because they want to get content of a guy harassing them or staring at them or whatever, which there's the camera, so obviously there's going to do that. Are there creeps that sometimes do that in the gym or not? Sure, but very rare in the gym, because as soon as some guy creeps on you at the gym, you could go up to the front desk and say, oh, this guy's creeping on me, not leaving me alone or whatever. But you're doing that, which is very bad and toxic, trying to make it into a thing when the guy's not even really staring at you. He just sees the camera, he goes like, huh? This is why a lot of gyms, I hope they work on this too, not filming yourself in the gym for fitness content or whatever unless you get their permission, my opinion, because that could be very problematic right there. And it goes to show this is why Joey Swole has roasted them, because these fitness influencers seem more problematic than the gym people there. Most of the people I have been around the gym with has been none but nice and friendly, and even offers to spot me if I'm really pushing or overworking, because I tend to go to the gym at least 4 or 3 times a day, depending. It's winter approaching, so I tend to hibernate more, but I still do my best to go to the gym even during the winter, because always good to keep your health and fitness up. But I have not even come across really any roid junkies or meathead freaks or whatever you want to call them, because I can understand that when people who are on those type of supplements, so to speak, are not pleasant to be around. I came across one, I never talked to him or whatever, but I saw a guy who was a big meathead who was there with his girlfriend and definitely seemed really high strung. It was funny. Quick story before we finish. He was doing some kind of workout, changing the weights for his girlfriend, and then he was trying to ask her what way, and she wasn't really sure where to start, and he was giving her a recommendation. I didn't hear all the story goes, but I heard him yelling at the top of his lungs, and even made other people at the gym look, yelling at his girlfriend because he got irritated by something she did, and then she started crying profusely and was like, why are you yelling at me? I kind of felt bad for her, but it's like, you chose to date this guy. Here's hoping, even though that's like really whack, but if you're taking a guy yelling at you at the smallest things, damn near walking on eggshells, is a L in general on both sides, but for her because she chose the guy. But pathetic dating a guy who is high strung and does that for his hobby in the gym and or hobby of trying to gain muscle in that overnight almost, if that makes sense, because that's the fastest way to do it. But Very has really more downs than ups. It's not sustainable, and it's just really bad. There's definitely better ways to go about it, especially if you want to grow muscle fast. That's not a good way to go about it, but I digress. I just hope she dumped that loser and she didn't end up getting hurt by the guy physically.
Sky.
Yeah, nice. Let's get right into it. You ever been picked up and fucked?
Oh, wow. So you're getting right into it. You heard my name. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Is there a reason you're getting right into it? Damn.
I like this. I know what I'm looking for.
Honestly, no. I don't think. I can say honestly, I never have.
So what you like getting into?
A bit more calm things. Like, I like art, a good picnic. I like food. I love to cook.
He walks away.
Shit.
What the heck?
Damn.
Oh, the button.
Be doing way too much. Like, brother, that wasn't necessary. Thank you for
Facts. Western society, man. What can I say? Well, before I call it there, definitely shout out to Anti-Simp. Let me see this because I found this really funny. Like I said, typical people on the other side of the politics sphere, not taking the L.
I'm fucking...
And I like seeing more of these new ones coming up. But on the last thing, let me know and you get your 2 cents on that one. Okay.
Feral today.
I can see that.
I'm going to get drunk today, and I'm gonna act like an angry black fucking woman, cause I'm fucking angry! I'm mad! I'm upset! I'm angry as fuck, bro. I'm angry, I'm hurt, my feelings are fucking hurt. We always finish last, we always come fucking last to everybody, even our own fucking men. And you niggas mamas be black. This shit is crazy, y'all got black ass daughters. I'm angry as fuck, I'm gonna get drunk and cause a problem.
What the heck does that have to do anything? Oh my goodness. I just feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. But yo, that is one of the worst freaking arguments you could have. For the most part, which is definitely a good thing, and shout out to them, people who were either black, Spanish, Asian, etc. have been more favorable to Trump this election, as y'all obviously seen, Trump 24. And that's a good thing. They obviously goes to show that they wisened up and they go like, wow, all the things the left side has been saying is a bunch of BS. Trump ain't all as bad as they tend to say. I went to his rallies and seen his supporters, and they all been nice and all that, from gay people to people of different race, ethnicities, black, Spanish, Asian, like I said, etc., have been all in support. So, wrong, but typical. Always wanting to use that BS gaslighting argument.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is there's a blue bracelet that we need to wear, because I want to make sure that nobody ever thinks that I am one of the apparently majority of white women who voted for Donald Trump. I do not want you ever to think that I was one of them. So,
I'm all in favor. Wear your bracelet.
I say we pass a law that requires anyone who voted for that boring piece of shit to wear their Trump hat 24/7. Because conservatives are dangerous for anyone who isn't white, Christian, or male. Completely dangerous. Like dynamite waiting to go off in your hand. So I think we should all get a public service warning. Don't you?
I'm fucking...
I was going to continue on something else, but I think that's enough for today. I was having issues earlier with the tech, and I had other stuff going on too, but clown world. But hey, I usually been wearing, I just got this like a couple weeks ago. I recently got my hat, Dark MAGA, shout out to Elon and Trump 2024, all that good stuff. I've been wearing it in public, and I may get dirty looks here and there, but so far I don't have people trying to come at me, and I live in a typical, pretty liberal state. And I've been seeing, you know, I was one of the first people right away, because most of my neighbors on this side and a little bit closer on the right side too have been mostly liberal, Democrat, so to speak, or commie-crat. But as soon as I put my signs up, I have not had any trouble or so, luckily, even though I have a Karen that lives fucking next door to me. she hasn't been dumb enough to approach me because she already knows, oh yeah, don't mess with this guy, it's not worth it or whatever. And or she knows I don't take her BS, and then I have a couple neighbors across the street from that who tend to be, who voted for Carmela. But besides the point, it's been fun showing my support for that, and even people a little bit next to me and around the neighborhood too have put up Trump signs a bit after I did, and I'm glad to be one of the people to give them the confidence. And coming from a mixed guy, because I'm mixed and I don't think race has, it's about voting for the candidate. Fuck all this race stuff. And Trump goes to show you he's a big melting pot and embracive of different ethnicities, culture, as much as the people on the left tend to say no, that's BS, even though they're big BSs because they're the ones that gaslight people into their propaganda. But coming from a mixed boy here, both white, Spanish, well, white Eastern European, Czech, Yugoslavia, Spain, Italian, besides the point, but coming from a mixed guy, I wonder if she says the same. But either way, I wear this in public, I don't get really any trouble but dirty looks, and hopefully it inspires more people to wear their Trump hats in public, because I really like this hat, it's really cool. But yeah, there goes my 2 cents on this clown world and the Western world. Hopefully Trump changes some minds, wakes more people up, shows that he's actually was the better candidate all along. I'm gonna leave it there. Until next time, nomads, internet peoples, have a good one. And I'll see ya. Peace.